Vargas and Jesse Benavides. He did it again against Derek Gaynor, the rising prospect from the Roy Jones stable. He was in terrible trouble and then just put Gaynor's lights out in the 8th round. Hard to fathom sometimes, hard to pigeonhole style-wise, sometimes slick and quick, stylish, other times, just occasionally, he does produce a deadly punch from somewhere.
Well, he kept stressing that in the pre-fight build-up, that he'd had more knockouts than Hamed had had fights. Kelly's got 32 knockouts, Hamed 28 fights. So he shows that he is a good puncher. He is very experienced, and he has seen a lot of different styles of different sorts of fighters. So he's bringing that into the ring with him.
Like Naz, he's a great self-publicist. He gives out lollipops and toffees and biscuits to his fans. Is he nervous? Doesn't really look like it, does it? I think this shapes up to be, away from home, the biggest test yet for Prince Naseem against the man who comes from the Flushing area of New York and calls himself the Flushing Flash. He's from the area where they have Flushing Meadow, the US Open tennis. He says that Naz is a media creation, an entertainer first and a fighter second. He says, I'm a fighter first and an entertainer second. I'm in this business as a blue-collar champion. I do it to pay the bills, to feed my wife and 4 children. But is he a year or so past his best? Has he faded a little too much? Now, we await the entry of Prince Naseem Hamed, and they've rarely, if ever, seen anything like this in the United States. We're used to it back home now. What are they going to make of this? Well, when they see this, there's a huge cheer from the American fans here, and of course from the Brits, because I think they like a showman.
They certainly do, and they get one with Naseem Hamed. Puts on a great show, and I think this is what people have wanted to see. It's been a curiosity out here. What has he got? What is he going to bring differently? And I think he's going to show it now.
One of the newspapers here had a nice line this week, called him the artist previously unknown as Prince. They've had to make special arrangements at Madison Square Garden with ramps and the rest to accommodate a ring walk that, by order of the American television executives, has been cut from 20, would you believe, to 10 minutes.
But meanwhile, while that's going on, Kelly, I've never seen it happen before, but Kelly and his trainer are doing some working out on the pads in the ring. So they're still very focused, concentrating on what they've got to do, looking at their game plan, and actually working on it in the ring as this is going on.
But all this is happening, remember, in a place where they've seen so many great fighters down the years. There's Kelly, who's just filling in the time. They've obviously thought about this, him and his trainer, Phil Borgia. What are we going to do for 10 minutes waiting around? Some of them, of course, wear headphones and cover their faces up, hide themselves away. But Kelly's going to stay busy and warm.
Well, an entrance like this is a very long time to sit covered up or sit with headphones on. So I think they're doing the right thing. They're keeping warm, keeping focused, not allowing the antics of Hamed and the entrance to go against them. And they've got to keep their mind on what they're doing and just block all of this out. And they're doing it. There they go in the ring, on the pads, working, coaching, trying to keep the concentration going.
Well, he's certainly milking this for all it's worth. One or two American fans that I was speaking to earlier on said that there'll be a lot of Americans coming here tonight hoping to see Prince Nassim dumped on the seat of his pants and sent back with his tail between his legs to the other side of the Atlantic. I wonder what he's making of that. He would never try anything like this, would he, Holy?
We'll be amazed if in his next fight he comes out and do a similar thing, won't we? He's certainly looking with interest, but it's not what Evander Holyfield's about. I think also, Ian, from another aspect, we've got to look at the danger of Naz thinking too much about what he's putting a performance on for the Americans, because he's milking this. This is longer than a normal ring walk. He's taken an awful long time. He's got to remember it's not about dancing. He's got to try under this to keep himself focused.
Kelly is now getting very cross about this. He's up on the ring apron and getting pretty wound up and saying, okay, I've got the idea, now let's get on with this. I think he's saying this is getting a bit ridiculous.
Well, I think it's fair enough to do that. This is a fight, there is rules, and I think there should really be a time limit on an entrance. I don't think this should go on that long.
And at last, he makes his entrance. Well, it looks like something out of Hollywood, doesn't it? Never mind New York. It's the all-disco dancing entrance with somersaults still to come. But the bottom line, really, that these American fans will want to know is, can he really fight when he's pitched in at a decent level as he is tonight?
Well, it's the big build-up he's given himself. Now he's got to back it up.
And of course, it's worth remembering that every time so far he has backed it up. 28 wins, 26 by knockout, 18 inside 3 rounds, the last 16 by stoppage. The Prince comes to the Garden.